What's good, y'all? Today marks 8 months to the day that I'm sober. I mean, from methamphetamines, opiates, cocaine, and I checked myself into the Memorial Central Health here in Colorado Springs that day. Let me tell you about the events prior to that and why I think I have a RICO case against my family and ex close friends. Um, on July 23rd, 2025, I checked myself into Memorial Health wanting to kill Jerome Robinson and Steven Schutz. Well, prior to that weekend, the major weekend, because they've been surveilling me for a month. On the 22nd of July, my mother showed up, Gloria Schutz. She had told me my sister sent money and we could go out to eat. We were going to Black Bear Diner. She told me get in the shower. So I get in the shower and I'm up there and I hear her yell, "All right, Steven," or "Okay, Steven." And if anybody's ever talked to Steven Schutz, you know it's like a repeated 5 minute loop. Like you can only go through it until you just can't hear it no more. Well, I asked her about the phone call. She stated that she was just sitting in my living room chair playing video games. So, all right, we go out to eat and stuff. We'll get back to that, but we go out to eat and stuff, then we come back. And on the 21st, I'm laying on my couch in the living room and I hear Jerome Robinson very clearly, not even standing in my home. It's Jerome Robinson. Calls Teresa Schutz the morning of July 21st. And he tells her that I'd be calling and I wanted a sweep of the house for cameras and microphones and that I was almost done. So that phone call is probably, 3 minutes tops. And I'm telling you, I heard this phone call from inside my home. Well, on July 20th, Jerome Robinson had stopped by here early in the morning time. After I woke up, he was like, "Get up, feed your kids," and he's not even here. And then I go to King Soopers and the U Pumping on Delta and Hancock. I get $25 of gas. I go to King Soopers and I get food off the food stamp card. Well, he's here. He's over there talking to somebody. He's got his earpiece in. I don't know who he's talking to, but he's getting water out of my hose. And I told him, I said, "I'm going to run this stuff in." And I was like, "Man, I'm just tired." I laid down. Well, somebody had called and they wanted some drugs. And I told him, nah. And then finally I just told him, "I'll get a hold of you later." Well, Jerome hears this and he wants me to start repeating, "I will not do this. I will not do that." And I told him, fuck it, I'm out. You know what I mean? Fuck it, I'm out. Well, all through that day, he starts fucking with me, and every room in my house is unsafe, and I'm calling my sister, and I'm calling him. He's not answering. Nobody's fucking answering. So I start putting all this shit together. The voices that I heard on the certain days that I say he had the house guests, that's who was talking to me in my home, like full conversations. Steven says on Friday night, I heard Holly, I was cleaning my kitchen. Holly, "Good job, Will. Fucking clear as fuck." And then Steven's like, "You need to fix yourself, Will." And then Jerome's like, "You need to fix yourself, Ninja. You need to find a purpose in life." Well, hold the fuck up. I just got fired from 17 years. Yeah, I spiraled out of control. But, and then Teresa Schutz, I'm going to skip to this. But I mean, that night, that Sunday night, yes, I self deleted with Map Gas down there by my pool table. My daughter even walked past me that night. Tell me how fucked up that is. They call me the tweaked out piece of shit, but that piece of shit on July 20th, within 1 hour of them arresting me for an FTA on my front porch, they parked about 3 to 4 houses up the road. They had come in, but over the intercom, he's yelling, "You hear that? That's my Monte Carlo." And he's beating the shit out of it. Ishay's yelling at him, telling him, "Stop, Jerome. We're going to have to pay to fix that." And then Marcus is in the background. Jerome. But anyways, Teresa Schutz had told me I don't have any money left out of my father's inheritance, which he left me and my brother and sister. Okay, you know what I mean? And I do miss the man. I love the man to death. But she told me that he left everything to her and I don't have nothing. So here they go, crippling my finances and my mental. My mom calls me crazy, but that's only because I'm stating the facts. And because there's so many of them, everybody everybody listens to the noise instead of what really happened. And I have cell data from Jerome being over here for it to be investigated. He was very well there that night before I got arrested within 1 hour. That's a top memory. And then Steven Schutz has already sent a text message from right around August 19th to September 2nd. He sent me a text stating that I told him that I wasn't a fucking idiot, that D-Ray had already gave up the beans on August 18th. Who's got the keys to the house? And then Teresa was like, how do we know the other way would have worked? Well, which way worked? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no regular intervention. So you have the money, you have the motive, you have the attempted murder, because I damn sure he wouldn't have went home and beat up his fucking money Carlo if I'd have been dead. Think about it, people. Shit is crazy.